Welcome to the Cradle of Quarterbacks, Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana, home to the Purdue Boilermakers, where the black and gold hoping to boiler up in this one. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 13 team in the country, the Maryland Terrapins, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Purdue Boilermakers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Boilermakers will put total leather to crank us up. Bringing it back. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. So Maryland's offense will get the first crack at it here. And as we look out on the field, here comes the man who makes it all go, and that's this quarterback.
And he's big time. That's why he's up for all these awards. He's known. Everybody knows exactly what he brings to the table. He can run it. He can throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That last completion sets him up on second down. Off the RPO, complete. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
On third down, going up top. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Nice move, creates some space. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the...
Unleashes one deep. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Maryland! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. So the Purdue Boilermakers offense will go to work for the first time today. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And you could tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
On second down, he's looking downfield. They're going to get him for a safety, trying to make something out of nothing, and still got stuck for the 2. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line gets set, first down. Give to the running back. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. The Terrapins are in the hurry-up. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast.
The expressway is wide open. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. And the Terrapins will try to punch it in on first and goal. Trying to punch it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point extends the lead to 16.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Looks like a penalty on the kickoff as the ball goes out of bounds. Here comes the offense on first down. They'll run it. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's got it again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that feeling. It's to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting the push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the 4th quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the 4th quarter.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense, because 3rd down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way...
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
You want to change some of this bad luck you've had so far around? Get after the quarterback and get his butt on the ground. Nice job by the defense. 10 men over. It's still the first half. This is a good start.
Fires one high and deep. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his run.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. The Terrapins racing to the line in the hurry-up. Makes the grab. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down. He wants to throw here on 2nd down. It's complete. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Maryland! The defense flailed at him like he was slathered in baby oil and wrapped in rattlesnakes. They didn't get close to him.
It's hard, man. The dude's so fast, but he's still allowed to throw it. He can still run it. He's so hard to get a handle on, and I tell you what, that's why he makes big plays time and time again.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering what...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. It's a draw. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He lobs one high down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. On the move, it's Wells. Makes a move. Really explosive when he gets his hands on the ball, and he found a couple of crevices and made a nice game before being run out of bounds. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Right back to the well. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a 1st down just outside the red zone. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on 1st down. They're trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
This defense needed something to go right, man. They're down big already in the 1st half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Little. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. And the Terrapins trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Looking to move it through the air. He's got it on the move. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. A very productive play on 1st down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Terrapins! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Reese, that's 3 for the young fella. I mean, this dude's smelling the end zone. Anytime he gets near it, you know he's going to lower his shoulder, do whatever it takes to get in the end zone. The hat trick, the 3rd touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. He's got it down the left. He's loose. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Purdue! That was just as simple as playing catch and warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field, throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter. I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They're getting this guy lathered up. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Trying to escape and get it himself. And he is corralled short of the line to gain. The Terrapins headed quickly to the line. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Finds him out of the backfield. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Oh, and I love that play call on fourth down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch, keeps the drive alive.
Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39.
That's one thing about this defense. They've got some dudes at the back end that can cover. They can hang with some of these intended targets. Nice job swatting that one away.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. When they put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. He's going to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Give him 6. Touchdown, Maryland! He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. This is a 3rd and long. They'll go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Boilermakers decide to punt it away. Looking for a block. It's Wells. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
And it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that ball is picked off. Taking it the other way. Smashes through. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
What a play by the safety. Really good understanding, like, listen, if I'm going to sit back and I'm going to play cover 2 and I'm a free safety, I'm free to go get that thing. But I got to see the route. I got to see the wide receiver breaking, understanding the quarterback's throwing the football. And as soon as that hand separates from the other hand, I'm breaking on it. Does a great job breaking on it and making the catch.
He wants to pass it on second down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Feeling some heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Boilermakers will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll bring it back. It's Wells. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Got it in stride inside the 20. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Using the quick game. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. They'll immediately call timeout.
My old coach said, don't never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, never complain.
On second down, looking again to throw. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Terrapins!
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. There he goes. Open it up. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. So it's first down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. Right down the boulevard. It's good. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Fair catch called for and made. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half.
29 Philly, 2-9.
He'll come out throwing on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. Touchdown, Maryland! And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update.
And the Terrapins will line up to kick off and start the second half. Returner will field it and try to... And he loses the ball deep in his own end. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. This is like a gift to have starting field position like this, Jesse.
You're absolutely right. It's ideal. And, David, they practice this. Sudden change situations, you've got to be able to pay this off now if you're on offense.
Yeah, you want to pay it off. You practice it, but setting up in a goal-to-go situation. This is as good as it gets for this offense to succeed.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that hurts because second down, you've got everything in front of you, the whole playbook open. Now you get a lost yardage play. Now it's third down. Now it puts those feet to the fire a little bit more. Now you better come up with something you really love in this area.
And they're able to get him down, but not before he gets to the twos. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. On the move. Touchdown, Terrapins! And the punishment has been extended.
Yeah, and I love calling the QB's number. I don't care if he gets hit down near the goal line, 4th and goal. I need him to make a play. Nice job being decisive, getting downhill, getting in the end zone.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Catch in the middle. It's Webb. And the ball's on the ground. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
Looking for a block. It's Wells. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Maryland! And the stomping has commenced.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Offense getting set for first down. They'll run play action. Dances away. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
What a beautiful day for the defense. A sack for you. A sack for you. Everybody gets a sack. Everything good happening for this defense.
On second down, wants to throw it. On target to the left. Knocked off his feet. Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. And the Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Oh, what a move. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off play action. And they got him for the sack.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get up.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense has done well. They're behind huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. quarterback searching for a hole. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
It's the MO of this offense. They really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the net. See how this playoff race is shaping up. They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. To the ground to try to move the chains. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. The Terrapins want to move quickly. They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the...
He lost one down the sideline. And this will be caught at the 30. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They're bringing heat. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And defensive backs you think don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And as a defense, a lot of times you're coming into the game and you're just trying to limit the damage when you play a really great quarterback. And they've done more than that today. They have dominated this.
He's going to let it go. Caught at the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll leave it with him. Got some room into the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. The Boilermakers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He's looking to throw. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone. The pressure ramps up on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
And this has been a rough day for this offense. And finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that. Put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. And the Terrapins come to the line in the hurry-up.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to...
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up this scoreboard.
Headed to the end zone. And the strategy of just letting the quarterback run until he gets tired is not a winning one. Another explosive play and another first down. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to throw. Working the big fella downfield and outside. Several defenders there to get him on the ground. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Pocket starts to collapse. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Third and goal coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass.
Yeah, in this part of the field.
Touchdown, Terrapins! And the route is on. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
First down here for the offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Gets it out fast.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is valuable.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Quick completion on the out. Still on his feet at the 45. Oh, look out, there he goes. I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win the day, but here's a fabulous play. And late in the
And good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Maryland has the ball back in the Terrapin offense ready to go. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Hits him inside the 20, still going. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. New set of downs after that completion. He wants to throw. Pressure coming. Looking to scramble. Touchdown, Maryland! And the beatdown has ensued. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
First down here for the offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Throws it out in space. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. On second down, they'll take to the air. He's right on target. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the
Offside.
field. We'll see what that's all about. They'll decline the penalty here. The result of the play stands. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. To the air on first down. And he got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really...
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. The offense will quickly use a timeout. The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. And see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Running it back, it's Wells. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this with Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the...
Fires the pass, intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin. And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. Shoots it to the left. Makes the catch. He's got enough. The Boilermakers will punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. They bring him down strong. Effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
So that's